Hi, how are you? Well, I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Yunus Malath, and I know yesterday on Facebook I had announced that there's going to be a big reveal and stuff. Well, the big reveal is here, and it's in the form of a book. Now, this is a book that I wrote, and the title is called Love and Relationship Guide for the Junubin Girl. And the book was published yesterday, as a matter of fact. So, when you look at the title, you might wonder, how come it's titled Love and Relationship Guide for the Junubin Girl and Junubin men are not put there too in the title? Well, that is a good question. When you read the content in the book, you realize a lot of the concepts in the book do relate to Junubin men as well. For example, we cover issues relating to dowry, forced marriages, and things of that nature. So yes, so this is the book, it's the big announcement. So let's go ahead and talk about the reasons why I wrote the book. In this day and age, there are 4 factors that influence the development of love and relationship in our Jamaican community. And these 4 factors are the prominent factors, and they relate to money, professional position, external appearance, and coming from an influential family. So let's look further into these 4 concepts. Money. Now, how does money influence the development of love and relationship? Well, for example, we have the system of dowry in some of our tribes in South Sudan. So when the dowry plays a role in love and marriage in our community, it can have negative and positive factors. Now, when it comes to negative factors, it does impact both Junubin men and Junubin women. And it impacts it in this manner. Junubin men who are poor and do not have money are required to come up with large sums of money in order to pay the family of a girl in order to get the girl. Now, when they get the girl and the girl is unable to fulfill her wifely duties, that becomes a problem for the man. And the man can become very resentful towards the Junubin girl and can resort to maybe abusing her or neglecting her or other things. And also, when it comes to money, there are Junubin girls who are very interested in men with a lot of wealth. So they don't love the man, but they chase after the man because the man can provide them with material possessions. So these girls are not trying to get that money themselves, working hard, getting educated and things of that nature. That's not their interest. Their interest is to get it the easy way. So that is one concept, money, that really does influence love and relationship in our community. So now let's look at the second thing. The second thing is professional position. Now, there are men in our community who are really interested in becoming politicians, and some young men are working hard to become lawyers, doctors, and really they're trying to reach the high hierarchy of the professional world. So what happens is girls desire them for their knowledge and for their position, but they do not desire them because they love them or they see that the guy has great values and stuff like that. So that is one thing also that influences love and relationship. Now the third thing is external appearance of a person. It could be a girl or a guy, but we're going to talk more about a girl. If a girl is considered beautiful, is considered tall and really has a nice body, guys tend to flock towards that girl, and they're not concerned about the values of the girl. What are the aspirations that girl has? What are her likes and dislikes? What really captures their attention is, oh my, this girl is really beautiful. Let me chase after her and let me make her my wife, without really getting to know the person. So that is the third thing that really does anchor love and relationship in our community. Now, the fourth thing is coming from a prominent family. Now, when we talk about prominent family, we talk about a girl whose dad was a chief or something, or the family has a background of really holding high positions within our community, for example, politically. So Junubin men who are interested in either becoming businessmen or becoming politicians or being revered within our community, they will go after these girls whose fathers are either wealthy or have a big name, so that they can ride on the name of the girl's father, because these guys do not want to establish their own identity. They want to establish their identity based on somebody else's identity. So these are the four factors that tend to influence a lot of the love and relationship that we develop in our community. As a result, these four factors impact how we relate to each other and how we develop relationships in our community. So what happens is a person is concerned about what they can get from you, which I consider to be a selfish act, instead of your happiness, your desire, you feeling loved and special is my ultimate goal, which is considered a selfless act. Now let's look further into the whole love and relationship topic and focus on our parents. Now, how many of you guys have been told by your parents, oh, why don't you marry this Junubin girl? Why don't you marry this Junubin man? They come from a good family. Sometimes our parents forget to understand that our ideologies are much different from theirs. I mean, the environment that they grew up in is different. The way we date, the way we talk to each other when we like a man or we like a girl is very different from the way they used to talk. For example, back in the day, a girl could not go to see a guy outside of the home. The guy had to come to the girl's home. That was like their form of dating. But with us right now, what do? We go to the movies, we go to the restaurants. I mean, we go to the club, whatever, and stuff like that. So it's a lot different the way we relate to each other and the way we associate. So sometimes the concepts that our parents teach us might not always be applicable to current situations. And the fact that just because a guy or a girl is from a good family, it does not mean that that person could be a good person internally. The name might be good of the family, but we have to be very careful in how we assess an individual, and not base it on other factors. We have to look at the individual specifically, analyze their character, their belief system, what they stand for, and things of that nature, and then really see if that person can mesh well with us or not. So sometimes we just have to develop our own form of identity and not apply it only to what our parents expect of us in terms of love and relationship. This is where the book comes in, because it really helps you identify a good Junubin girl from a bad Junubin girl, and then a good Junubin man from the bad Junubin girl and stuff. Because in the book we underline specific questions to ask yourself, and also specific characteristics to look at that would identify the good from the bad. So in writing this book, I tried to write it from a social cultural perspective. This is in light of personal observations, experiences, as well as having an understanding of our Junubin culture. But also, I try to use a lot of my medical background in writing this book. So some of the concepts or some of the topics that are discussed here are related to skin bleaching. So I talk about the side effects of the chemicals used for skin bleaching, for lightening the skin. I also talk about cancer. Does it really develop or does it not develop when you apply cream on your skin? I also talk about forced marriages and how the body of a Junubin girl who's young, who's been forced to marriage, changes, and how it increases her likelihood of developing a lot of internal abnormalities due to early teen pregnancy. And in addition to that, I talk about the concept of love making, or making love, which I'm sure can make some of us really uncomfortable. But I think it's really important for us to talk about it, because in marriage, love making is a big component of it. So we have to know, what is the function of the vagina? What is the function of the penis? What is an orgasm? How can an orgasm be achieved? How can you as a Junubin girl love your body and not be sexually promiscuous? In addition to that, let's look at some of the concepts or some of the objectives of the book. Initiate an open dialogue about significant issues in our community. Describe the categorical perception of Junubin girls and how it influences relationships. Identify and explain the health problems impacting Junubin girls. Describe the secrets to attaining financial and emotional independence.
Identify the importance of tuning out the shamarats in your life. Describe ways to love yourself, build your self-esteem, and reach your goals. Differentiate the concepts of love and relationship. Identify behaviors a Junubin girl has to possess in order to attract a good Junubin man. Describe the role making love plays in a committed relationship.
To conclude, I hope you'll find this book informative and empowering. And I also hope that it's going to assist you in deciding what type of partner to get into a relationship with. May it be a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship or something that is relating to leading to marriage. And also, I would greatly appreciate it if we could look at this book when we read it from an objective standpoint with an open mind. That means that we're not immediate in applying our emotions to it and making judgments that it is a bad book or a good book, but being neutral and reading the information for what it is. Lastly, you could purchase the book, get a copy of it. If you go to www.lulu.com, you could get it there. The website is at the bottom of the screen and stuff, so you could get the website at lulu.com. And also, if you'd like to get in contact with me, or you have feedback or questions, I'm really open to that. So you could hit me up on Facebook or send me an email on my email account, which is eunicemalad@yahoo.com. So I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I hope you enjoy the read of the book and stuff. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye.